Ready? Check this out. Wow. I mean, I'm looking straight in the sky here. If I wanted to, I could do this, but I don't want to. My goodness. I mean, that's completely up to user error. You know, if anyone slips up there, makes a mistake, it's on you. You know, you're putting your own life at risk there, but it's got to be a thrill, I would imagine. Wow. All right, hi everyone. We are here in Tecpan on our way to Chichicastenango, and we are making a quick stop at a restaurant called Katok, which is apparently a must-try. My dad recommended this place, so we're here with my dad and his friend and my wife Emily, and we'll let you know how the food is, and we'll take lots of fun videos today, and we'll see what adventures we go on today as we approach a very fun weekend here in Guatemala. Hola. Buenos días. Qué rico las tortillas. Did you guys see that? Handmade tortillas. So good. So good. It doesn't get better than that. Alright, you know us. For the first thing that we got was some more hot chocolate. Because it's been a hot chocolate kind of trip for us. You know, you gotta come to Guatemala and try the chocolate here. So we'll let you guys know how this hot chocolate is. See? It's good. It's good. I think a little milkier than the one we had Crepette. But good temperature, good chocolate.
What are you talking about?
What? It's not that hot. Oh, that's not too hot. I left and I came back to some oatmeal. This is the second time we've been here where they just give complimentary oatmeal, which is really nice.
It's not like oatmeal at home.
It's not. It's so good here.
It's like soup.
Yeah. With a
We were talking about when you were
little banana.
how it's different, it's thicker in America.
It's so thick in America. Yeah.
I like
America,
it.
use United States.
Sorry. It's thicker and I like it that way.
Yeah, I'll say si quieres.
USA.
Alright, very excited for our food here. Some really good food.
I'm just gonna get started.
Alright, we're here looking at some of the stuff they have for sale here. A lot of jams, really good jams. Grape, strawberry, guava, a little bit of everything. Berries, kind of like a key lime perhaps. Spicy, orange, pineapple, blueberry. That is eagle. I think that's fig. That's a fig jam. Really good jams. Some hot sauce. Some cheese, really good cheese. And then on the other side of this, they have really good meats. They're kind of known for their smoked meats here, like their sausages. And very good stuff. Let me show you guys. Yeah, some chorizo, some ham, some bacon. It's all around really delicious stuff here at Katok. And we had a really good meal. We are filled to the brim. I'm so full right now. I'm barely awake because of how good that sort of breakfast was. That is, I'm not sure what that one is. I'll have to ask our tour guide, aka my dad. Comment down below if you guys know the translation for this. Sauko. It looks like to me, based on the pictures, it looks like blackberry to me.
That's what I thought, but
Yeah. That was so delicious. Once again, the place is called Katok. In a little place called Tecpan. You know, kind of difficult to pronounce the names, but you can find them on Google Maps if you're traveling here. We ended up buying a marmalade that I'll show you here. We got a blueberry jam from this place here. It's really good. You wanna hold it? Show it off there. How do you say blueberry in Spanish, Emily? No! She got shot. It is a little bit harder to pronounce. I don't remember. I have to read it in order to remember. Arándanos. Arándanos. Something like that. I've actually never heard the word blueberry in Spanish before.
blueberry.
Blueberry is how we would say it. And really pretty views here. I'll keep taking views. I'll keep taking videos of the scenery as we continue. But a lot of cornfields. The tortillas, I don't know if I showed them. I don't think I did. But the tortillas here are black. It's black tortillas because the corn here is purple. And these are, you know, handmade corn tortillas. And because it's purple corn, they're black tortillas.
They're
So yeah,
so good.
they were so good. The food was really, really good.
To be honest, they don't taste that different from regular
No,
tortillas.
it just tastes like corn. It tastes like regular
it's
corn.
still really good.
But yeah, really good stuff. So we'll
After
continue.
having, homemade tortillas,
Yeah,
it's really hard to go back.
I know. I'm thinking about going back to like our regular tortillas at home, and I'm just like,
That was one of the things I was really excited about coming here.
The
is having
handmade. Yeah.
homemade tortillas.
and we've had a few so far, and they've every
They all
time
hit.
they hit so good. So yeah, we'll keep checking in on you guys as we continue on our adventure today. All right, we are here in Iximche. 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 These are walls of a temple here. This is one of the first, my dad was telling me at least, one of the first conquered lands from the Spanish conquistadors here in Guatemala. And this eventually became, very long time ago, one of the first capitals of Guatemala, of ancient Guatemala, when the Spanish conquistadors came. So we're actually gonna see some really cool ruins here from, you know, the natives as well as the early conquistadors here. And yeah, this is really cool. This was a surprise. And up ahead I can already see some really cool ruins here in Iximche. So I'm excited to show you guys this. Right here we have some ruins, not ruinas, some ruins here. And you can see almost the path here. What's left of this. Yeah, you could really see the former structure here. You can feel the history here, the age. I mean, this is probably close to 1,000 years old.
Imagínate estas piedras, ¿quién las puso aquí hace cuánto?
Mm-hmm. They've been here for so long, with so much history. They've seen so much. Look at this, you could really see you could feel the history. You could almost imagine the natives walking around here. It's so beautiful, really well kept, and a beautiful day. Well excavated. And look at these walls still holding up. The staircase is still holding up. Like I mentioned, this is, yeah, close to, if not over 1,000 years old. Really fascinating stuff. Really awesome stuff here. Look at this structure holding up so well. Over hundreds of years. And this area is so nice. Just kind of feels like a public park or something like that. Like it feels like a mall. Like
I just want to sit.
Just kind of want to sit. Like you can imagine just kind of maybe like kids running around here. You can imagine markets being put up here maybe. So interesting, so fascinating. And it's, so the weather is so nice right now. I mean, it's,
I'm a little cold, but
everyone is a little
very
cold
nice.
except me, but I run a little bit warm. But the
probably
skies
like
are
60 degrees.
Yeah, something around 60 degrees.
65.
Look at this structure right here, so beautiful with the tree looking over it. Man, if these walls could talk, if these bricks could talk here. A little bit of a raised structure here you could see. And you can see some of the original ground before the grass eats it up. This almost feels like, yeah, maybe like a house could have gone here. Feels like an altar maybe. Like a statue could go in the middle of this. Or you could set up a shop here, a market. Who knows? There's not a lot of signage around for me to learn kind of what went on around here. So I'm just left to assume, which is probably not smart. I probably, you know what they say about assuming. But yeah, maybe if there's some history buffs, I will definitely go back and do my history once I go home. But at the moment, I'm not as informed as I should be. I didn't know I was coming here. This was a surprise. So I didn't get to do my homework. But if you guys know in the comment section down below, let me know what went on in here. This is sort of the main area of Iximche here in Tecpan in Guatemala. All right, this is cool. Kind of having an existential crisis right now. I'm asking if I'm even Guatemalan. I'm looking at these structures, and you know, I came from Italian conquistadors here in Guatemala, and I'm pretty, you know, fair skin, I guess I would say. And I'm like, you know, I'm sort of feeling the weight of history here, and I'm wondering, am I even Guatemalan? Like maybe I'm just the son of a bunch of conquistadors. I don't know how much real native Guatemalan blood there really is in me. But this is really cool here. Anyways, that's a little tangent that I was just asking Emily. Look at these staircases still. Pretty tall staircases for really short people, I must say. You need help? Don't roll an ankle here. Wow, and look at this. This almost looks, my first thought was like fireplace. Like this looks like a pit where you would maybe do some ritual burnings, maybe, perhaps. Wow, this is really awesome. And once again, just really cool. You kind of dip into this area here, and then there's a staircase here that leads up to, not sure what, we're not allowed to go up there. But you know, maybe it could be a temple. Maybe it's the main house of whoever ruled over here. There's a few of these raised temples and then these like courtyards here. But once again, you can just imagine what it would have been like. Surrounded by trees, birds in the skies. Could even imagine a quetzal flying in the air. Could you imagine? It'd be awesome. You could see it, you can visualize it. I did trip a little bit. She caught me. She heard the misstep. Wow. Okay, this looks interesting. Whoa, this all looks very interesting. They almost look like, obviously they're not, but as someone who enjoys history, the first thought that I had here is these look like trenches, like from World War I. Obviously, this has nothing to do. This is hundreds of years before World War I. But it's so interesting. You have like this elevated ground here, and then you have these like walkways that are like 6, 7, 8 feet below us.
No, probably like 6 max.
Maybe like 6 feet max. And yeah, I don't know, like they look like hallways. They look like open roof hallways.
Do you remember the Banshees of Inisherin?
Yes.
Do you remember how all their walkways looked like this?
Yes, you're right.
That's what I think of.
That's a good call too. Little Banshees of Inisherin, if you've seen that movie. Kind of looks like Irish structure. It's so interesting, right? Like civilizations separated by hundreds, thousands of years that never spoke to each other, never knew of each other's existence. And we still have the same sort of, right? Like God implanted the same creativity in all of us across the world to design structures like this. Now this to me clearly looks like a house. I feel like this is now how you see the foundation of a house here with the staircase that leads back into that courtyard, and then you have one next door. So to me this feels like a house. You have another house over there, staircase, courtyard, temple, or you know, ruler of the area, a high governing official. And then here you have the sort of, I guess you can call them kind of streets, right? Like everything was so small.
I love how you're just fantasy booking this.
I'm literally fantasy booking the civilization. And then you have these sort of hallways. It's like, hey, I'm gonna go to my neighbor's house. I'm gonna take the main road, you know? And here you have more staircases leading to maybe someone else's house. Once again, it looks like a foundation. And then here next door you have another kind of elevated, more taller building. Once again, maybe a local worship center. And look at this. This looks like a small house. This is probably what I would have been able to afford in these times. So I can't afford these big lots here. This is a huge lot. This is more my speed. And you can see, look, the staircase here. And you could totally imagine a house here. You knock. Hello? Is anybody home? It's really awesome stuff. All right, got the update from our local tour guides here. They're saying that little, I was kind of close. So that little, that centerpiece there, I mentioned, it looks like, my first thought was like fire, right? I walked into that area and I was like, okay, they definitely burn stuff here. They were telling me that they used to burn heads there, human heads.
Oh.
So kind of close enough. That's a big one here. Let me help you with that one. So yeah, some ritual sacrifices there. Some burning heads.
Maybe not quite the quaint little town.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe I'm fantasy booking it too nice. I mean, I knew there were, you know, savages. But you know, I bet there were still kids running around with the burning heads in the middle. I'm sure that was a nice community building event for them. I'm excited. My dad said that around here there was a field where they used to play, you know, their ball games. Also with human heads, if I remember correctly. Maybe I'm crazy about that one. Jugaban como también con cabezas de humanos, ¿verdad?
No, eran pelotas de hule.
Ah, okay. So some rubber balls.
Mm-hmm.
If you've seen El Dorado, you've seen maybe some variation of the sports that they used to play back in these times. This next area looks really cool. I'm excited to explore this. Going down another hallway in this mansion. You know, if you imagine roofs and walls over these places, it's like we're in a really big mansion right now. And here we're in another hallway, potentially heading down to the sports field, the sports complex. Heading down to, what's the Ram Stadium, the Charger Stadium? SoFi? The SoFi Stadium of the natives here. My dad was telling me they were called, I already forgot the name, so I'm not gonna try it. But he was telling me the name of the race, the native race that was here. And yeah, wow, this looks beautiful. I'm not sure if this is the sports field that he's referring to, but yeah, wow. It's just so breathtaking. Trying my hardest to just enjoy it in the moment, but also give you guys as much to see as possible. I mean, I can almost imagine it. This is a huge field area. And you can, this right here almost feels like stands. You have staircases that come down into the field, but then you also have this long sort of elevated platform area that kind of feels like stands. Here, so let me show you the view from what it would look like. Maybe we can picture some sort of activities here, and this is breathtaking. Just the fact that it's surrounded by the trees, it feels it almost has like a stadium vibe to it because of these trees that are enclosing this field area. Let me show you guys here. So this is what this would look like, and you can just imagine all sorts of activities here, all sorts of pagan activities and sports and rituals and all of that. And these elevated temple areas almost feel like the box seats, right? If we keep comparing this to a stadium, to the Mayan SoFi Stadium, you can imagine the riches of the rich, the kings of this time, sitting up in their box, in their high temple, watching all the action here on the field. Really neat stuff. Really awesome here. All right, we have another field area here, and maybe this could have been, I mean, this is pretty flat. Maybe this could also, and it's also like elevated. It's hard to see here on camera.
I dare you to roll down the hill.
I am not gonna roll down the hill. I dare you to roll down the hill. I'm holding the camera. I can't roll down the hill. I've also ate too much food. I'm scared what might happen after I roll down the hill with all the food I ate. But yeah, this sort of dips into the flat field area, and this is actually maybe more made for spectators. I could see both working out, but to me this feels more made for like a sports arena. The other place had a lot of these like stone structures in the middle of the field. This is a little bit more flat, and you can see where Emily's coming from. This is all elevated, which is perfect for spectating. You can imagine people all around the elevated area as they watch here onto the greater field area for some activities. So yeah, once again, if you're a history buff in the comment section, maybe you guys know more than I do in this area, I'd love to know. Please let me know down below. All right, we're exiting those first set of ruins that we that I showed you guys, and now we're entering, I forgot what it was called. I should have stopped. It was like Shukul Baal, which is the ceremonial altar. Oh, and I can actually see it smoking. I think maybe they potentially, I guess we'll see. I'm not gonna assume actually, but I do see smoke up ahead at the ceremonial altar. So maybe they still do some maybe there's some people that work here that do like demonstration ceremonies of what the ancient people used to do back then. So we'll try our best not to participate in pagan cults, but we will observe. All right, so here we're at one of the ceremonial altars, and there are people that still practice these rituals and still worship these gods. And maybe we just missed one here because these are all fresh.
There's birds.
Plumas de gallina.
Yeah, you can see.
Hicieron sacrificios de gallinas.
Wow, yeah, so some sacrifices were made here. This is still fuming, as you can see it, and then you can see.
Sale más barato comprar una gallina que comprar un humano.
Yeah, no more human heads, but maybe chicken heads. A lot cheaper. That's what my dad was joking about. A lot cheaper to buy a chicken than it is to buy a human. And you can see all sorts of things here with a little bottle of liquor at the top. Some wax here. So crazy. So fascinating. I was just telling Emily, it's so the gospel of Christ is so fascinating to me because, right, it started with, you know, just Jesus and a few guys in the Middle East, and then I visit a place like this in Guatemala, thousands of miles away from that location, the birthplace of the gospel, and the gospel still made it over here. You know, now Guatemala is a mostly Catholic nation and everyone knows Jesus Christ here. And it's so fascinating that they were able to bring the gospel even to the remote jungles of a place like Guatemala. It never ceases to amaze me, the fulfillment of the gospel. So fascinating. And this smells even more fresh down here. Some more altars back here. And the flames are still being lit up. You can see here. Some flames. And it's got a distinct smell. Not sure what it is they were burning, but it's got a... It doesn't just smell like fire. It smells like something a little extra. So interesting. We must have just missed this. Some fruit here. Watermelon, banana, cantaloupe.
Y en la noche vienen los animales a comérselo, obviamente.
A beer.
Los mapaches.
Y el octavo ahí arriba.
Alright, really cool stuff. We're walking back now. That pretty much sums up Iximche. So I mentioned that there were, you know, some of the first Spanish conquistadors here settled. And I was learning that they actually, you know, like after they settled here, they lived with the natives here. So for, you know, a few hundred years, I would imagine, you had Spanish conquistadors here coinciding with the native Guatemalan people. And it's so interesting. I was telling my dad, you can almost imagine like being one of those Spanish scholars, learning the tongue that was spoken here and, you know, translating. It's crazy to me to think that you can just like live together with people that you don't even know what tongue they're speaking. And this is before there was books on it, before there was any internet. Like, you have to just learn the language through pure observation. It's so fascinating. And then also have to teach your own tongue to them. So, you know, it's really interesting to think about that. Like, on these very grounds, you had the first ever Guatemalan native children learning the Spanish tongue, which is of course now the language that is spoken in the country. It's crazy to think about. It's mind-blowing. And here, before we call it a day and head back, some really steep staircases here. I'm gonna try my best to get up and not fall, because this area looks really cool too. Need help? Ooh. Tayo. Look at this place. This is awesome. Huge steep staircase. No clue what this could have been, but it's maybe the coolest structure that's left here of what I've explored so far. You have these giant staircases, and then you have this really nice covered area surrounded on both sides by trees. Now, back then there weren't trees, but the trees could almost simulate the walls. You could imagine the walls that were here as you enter this area. And then this overlooks some of these other areas that we were looking at when we first came in. So fascinating, and a beautiful view. You can see the mountainside, hillside here. More of the structures. And of course, the best view of all, my wife. Well, that's it for Iximche. We still have a lot planned today, so I will check in on you guys afterwards. Guys, I can't escape it, I'm telling you. I'm here at a Shell gas station. 6:7. Galatians 6:7. We're gonna find out what Galatians 6:7 says. You got it?
No.
Oh. Well, hey, comment down below if you watched up to this point. Comment down below Galatians 6:7. All right, we are here in Chichicastenango. Vamos a ir a un mercado. We're going to a market of a lot of genuine Guatemalan, I guess everything. So we're gonna see what's around. Some donuts. Emily smelled some donuts, so she's got a nose for donuts.
Hey.
But we're gonna see. This is apparently a really big market here in Chichicastenango. So we're gonna see what we find. Maybe we'll buy some more trinkets. We're running out of room for things to buy, but nunca se sabe. You never know. So we'll see what's available here. This is what the locals will call el mercado. You practically find everything here, like everything you would need. You just come down here and you have access to fruit, food, ingredients, textiles, toys, shoes. Everyone sets up a tent and they have
Esa falda te quedaría bien.
yeah, shoes. Christmas lights. Yeah, the booth I want to find is a firework booth. That's what or the fireworks. That's what I want to go see.
Los crocs hechos en Guatemala se llaman chicotes. Son buenísimos, no se acaban.
Guatemalan Crocs, my dad was telling me. Maybe potentially better than Crocs is what he was saying.
Miremos, okay.
A lot of handmade tortillas over here. Really, really good stuff.
¿Quieres tu colección completa de Disney?
Some pirated movies there. Those are legitimate, you said? Yeah, those are sanctioned by the Actors Guild, 100%. That's awesome. Lots of spices and fireworks going off in the middle of the day. That's what you hear there. Some fireworks. Something about Guatemala, at least during this time of year, is that the fireworks never stop. Hola, hola. He wanted to be in the video. He said hi to me. For all my soccer fans, we are officially in the La Niña Mal era. No gracias. So many jerseys here, and they're all number 10 La Niña Mal. We're officially in his era. Crazy. Hi, doggies. Lots of stray dogs here, lots of fireworks, lots of activity. We are here.
Esta iglesia es bien famosa, no sé por qué, pero a todos los turistas los traen a ver esta iglesia.
It's a really famous church here, apparently in Chichicastenango, and it's got a little guardian right here. This little guy right here is the guardian of the church. Hey, buddy. A lot of stray dogs out here, I think, as I mentioned earlier. And we'll see. I don't know if they'll let me record here, but we'll see. And here we get to see
Ah, ya hay otra, ¿ves?
Ah, so there's two churches. So we're trying to figure out which church is which.
Esta es el más maya.
Super fascinating. It's just like a small little church. They don't let you film in there.
Así es como se mantiene el fuego. Mira, ponen incienso y el montón de velas. Entonces la grasa de las velas es lo que se mantiene encendida.
Yeah, so here we're getting to see some live offerings, I guess is what I would call it. What we saw earlier at Iximche. It's incense with candle wax, which is how the fire keeps burning here. Alright, so something really cool here. My dad was telling Emily earlier that there's this sort of like I don't know what you call it, tradition that's part of like these like ceremonies that we do this time of year, where you have people hanging, they're tied to the top of that pole up there that you see, and they're it's kind of tied, and then they jump off the top of the pole as they're tied to them, and they untwist on the way down, and it's really fascinating. So I'll try to record that if we get to see that. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty high. That's at least like, I don't know, 80, 100 feet in the air. And you can see there's a lot of people here at the church getting ready to watch. So yeah, hopefully we get to see some action. All right, so there's 3 people up there. They're almost all the way up, and crowd is gathered here all around. Show you guys here, locals, tourists, a little bit of everything. And man, it's really high. And you can even see, I mean, the ladder is like strung together with rope. The tree is, or like I mean, it's barely put together. It's so dangerous. But this will be fascinating. These people know what they're doing. They've been doing that a long time. Alright, they're currently in the process of tying themselves up. They're almost all tied up. And it looks like they're about to start actually right now. Right in time. Yeah, so there's 2 of them tied. Here we go. Yep, and you see they kind of just swing. Wow. Wow, that's incredible. Se mira como que es para locales.
Sí.
Tú y yo. Yeah, the girl is killing it. She's really got momentum. She's really swinging here. Good steady flow. Now what I'm curious about is how they get the rope back up. Like how do they tie it again? Now there's a 3rd guy up there. And it looks like they're just locals that did this, if I'm being honest. Like I think maybe they paid and they did that, which is insane because anything can happen. Emily's enjoying some cotton candy. That's a big piece for me. Aw. And they made it all the way down. Incredible. There they are. They made it. Now everyone claps. It's really awesome. All right, we're gonna see, I mean, it's so far because it's so high up in the air, but maybe you'll be able to see how they tie them up. We were on the other side of this last time for the first one, so I actually didn't get to see how they tied them up. I don't know how they do this. I mean, it's 3 people on a single ladder. I don't know how you properly harness somebody.
You don't.
Yeah, that's the answer is you don't. You kind of pray and hope for the best.
You sort of get hooked in. I think the guy who's up there running it is kind of attached to something.
Yeah, he's harnessed, the main guy that's up there, but everyone else, I think they just kind of put your legs through like a like a rope, and you send it. Okay, here we go. So he shimmied around. He's oh my gosh, I can't look.
Is it making your feet sweat?
It is making my feet sweat, actually. I don't know if you can catch it on camera, but the pole shakes. It goes like this all the way up there. Yeah, so the main guy shimmies around. I mean, if you're these guys up there, you gotta like, you're locking in for your life. You're fighting for your life up there. You know that if you make a mistake, it's your own fault. Yes, it's shaking a lot. I actually don't want to look. I'll put the camera on it so that I don't have to be the one looking. Oh my gosh, you gotta go one arm? You gotta grab the rope with one arm? No way, I can't look.
My hands are so sweaty right now.
I actually can't look right now.
So you climb into it, you put it over your head, one arm at a time, over your head, so you're like this.
All right, show us the demonstration. Show us.
You put it over like this.
Okay, and then you.
And then you go and you sit on it.
Okay.
That's what they're doing.
Thank you for that. See, I'm not looking because it's giving me insane vertigo. So I needed Emily to explain that. All right, they're both hooked in, and now it's the leap of faith moment, kind of. You let go of the ladder, and you just hang onto your rope. Oh my goodness. You gotta have the crowd hyping them up or else. Oh, and there they go. Eso! You know, once you're actually harnessed and honestly, this looks like the easiest part of it
I
all.
would not call that a harness. They're sitting on a rope.
Yeah, a harness is a really nice way to put it. It's just a rope that they're sitting on. But once they're doing this, this is the easy part, I feel like. They are going fast. We're probably a little heavier than the last group. Wow. And once again, these are not professionals. These are not experts. These are just regular locals like us that paid 20 quetzales to climb up a 100-foot ladder made of rope and sticks and hop on a rope and swing down. Incredible. All meanwhile, the most peaceful marimba place. This guy's really enjoying this. Let's check in on the other guy here.
It's very quiet.
Yeah, this guy's not making as much noise or signals, but I think he's got into it now. All right, they're getting to the bottom here, so I'll show you guys the landing, as they say. And you can see this whole area is clear. You can't walk through this during this time or else you'll get kicked in the face. They're going pretty fast, so you know it will hurt. And it's kind of up to their own discretion when they put their feet down. He looks a little lower. He's probably gonna start right now. Yep, and there it is, there it is. Wow. Yeah, definitely got a hug on your way down because you lived.
You made that.
You made it. You're alive. You're down on the floor alive. That's worth the hug for sure.
Es como un reto, como un challenge.
All right, we have made it to the end of our day. We are here in Xela in Chichicastenango. We're gonna have some dinner here and we're gonna call it a night. So we are at a place called Flor Maya because I'm craving some pepián and they have pepián here. So we'll see how it is. I am ready. I don't even need to look at the menu because I know I want pepián. He copied my drink order. Little Coke Zero. You have to get the same, even though I ordered a second. Emily enjoying a bottled Sprite. You've heard of Mexican Coke, but this is Guatemalan Sprite in a glass bottle. It's kind of nice.
It's actually kind of flat. So you're not the one drinking it. I don't think it's
Okay, aesthetically it looks nice, even though if it's a little flat. All right, our food is here. Really, like traditional Guatemalan food. Oh, this is Emily's reaction. So Emily ordered some hocon, which one of our friends from back home has been asking for. And Emily, actually, neither of us have ever had hocon. I ordered some pepián.
Mire cómo lo hace su mamá.
And my dad ordered some caldo de pollo. Just some really good Guatemalan food here. Really excited to dig into this. Can I see you get another bite? Is that it?
I cannot wait to report back and tell them all it was delicious. Just don't try to cut my
Sorry,
chicken.
I'm trying to see if I can catch a bite from you.
Sí, es una tradición de acá de Occidente.
So something really cool here from this part of the country, my dad is telling me that instead of tortillas to go along with your food, they bring you tiny tamales. So not only do we get some really good food, we also get tamales. Really excited. All right, Emily's gonna try a little baby tamale with some hocon. So good. Me too. A little tamale with pepián.
Buenos.
Muy bueno. These are chiltepes. They're Guatemalan like peppers, tiny peppers. They are very tiny but very spicy. You take a bite of your food and you pop one in your mouth. So good, so good. All right, we finished our food. Really good. I probably had like 3 of the baby tamales with my pepián. And Emily destroyed the hocon, and everyone enjoyed their food. Really good food. That's gonna be it for today. So that was our day. Really fun day. We started in Tecpan at Katok. Then we went to Iximche. Then we went to Chichicastenango. And then Chichicastenango. And then we're here now in Xela, eating. We're gonna call it a night. And then tomorrow we're heading over to Panajachel, to one of the most beautiful lakes probably in the world. So we'll see you guys then. Have a good one. Thank you for watching.